Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I'm going to process the pumpkins that I grew this year. So as you might know, every year I like to grow pumpkins. I just find it really fun to see what the biggest size pumpkin I can get is. Last year I believe it was like 74 or 77 pounds. I think it was 77. I can't really remember. And then this year they're considerably smaller. I had two this year. One is pretty small. This one right here, it's pretty small, but it's still a good size, and the meat inside of it looks good. And then the other one, which I processed a couple days ago, that one is also pretty small. I think I measured it was like 20 pounds, which is not big at all. But honestly, this year we had a lot of drought and it was just so hot, so all of those factors really just like really played a part in how big the pumpkins got, because the plants started to get a little wilty, and it's just kind of hard to keep them watered because here in Alabama it's hard to keep anything watered in the summertime. But we did get a couple, which I'm super happy about. So we're gonna go ahead and start processing them. So this is an apron that my mom actually made me. As you guys might know, my mom has gotten really good at sewing. She made me this apron. It has a nice white strap, and the print I did was green, since dark green is my favorite color. And it's a really nice pattern, and I really like it. And we're gonna start. I'm also gonna have a Christmas apron because I'm gonna ask her to make me a Christmas apron. But right now, green and white apron, and I really love it. So let's go ahead and start. So the first thing we have to do, we have to cut open this pumpkin. With the knife, we're gonna cut it open. My cut is not going to be even because I cannot cut things even. It's just hard for me to do that. This is the inside of the pumpkin. You can tell the flesh part looks good. Now, you can tell if it's good because, obviously it's nice and orange, yellow color. And you can tell that it smells like a squash, just like a squash, because pumpkins are actually in the squash family, as you might know. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna need a better spoon than this because this one's kind of flimsy. This one actually might work, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop out the insides first. I'm going to try to use as much of this as I can. So it is November 22nd today, which means Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Thanksgiving is on the 28th, I believe. If the seeds look like they are sprouted, then don't use them, because if you just pull off the sprout and then put it in the seed package, it won't grow and it'll just rot in the ground. So make sure they are whole, good looking seeds that have not sprouted. And yeah, so that is all out of this half. This is the half, looking pretty good. So I just try to scoop as much out of the this stuff as I can out of these, and that looks pretty good. So we're gonna set this aside, and if you have so much pumpkin to where you can't fit it all on the pan, make sure you cover it with a towel or something, or like a damp towel or a paper cloth, so then it don't dry out and get super dry while the other is cooking. Doing this with the pumpkins is actually one of my favorite fall activities. Fall is my favorite season, so I really like wintertime, but I love fall because it's the cool weather. We're finally getting a break from the summer heat, and everything about fall is really nice. So I'm going to get all of this that I can out of the pumpkin, all of the seeds, and you can eat the seeds if you want to, but this is Atlantic Giant pumpkins, which means these seeds are pretty huge. Even these just right here, these are super bigger than the normal pumpkin seeds you buy from the store, or that you'll find in other jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. They're usually much smaller. That's because this is the biggest pumpkin variety you can grow, one of the biggest, and yeah, you could probably eat them. It tastes good, I guess. It'd probably be really tough though, I would think. But because normal pumpkin seeds are super little, and even these seeds right here are not the biggest they get. The other pumpkin that I was doing last year, these seeds were like the size of a quarter. So they were huge, which means they are good, productive seeds. So this is how I'm gonna cut them, and this is how I found to work the best. So I'm going to cut them in sort of big, like boats type. This is how it's going to be. And then I'm just going to do it. I forgot to mention, make sure you wash the pumpkin before you do this. I forgot to mention that. You're just going to cut them. So you want to leave them in big chunks like this. Now I used to actually, before I kind of got good at this, I would take and I just cut them in like small sections like this, and then I do them that way in like a big 9x13. But this way is actually much easier. We learned this from someone else. I can't remember who it was, but we did learn it from someone else who did it this way, and it seemed much easier. So I tried it, and it was a whole lot easier than doing it the other way. So let's go ahead and get these on some parchment pans. So we use parchment paper for this because it works the best. And it doesn't have to be exact, you just don't want it to burn on the pan. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna flip it over like this. Over. So I'm going to finish sifting through these pumpkin seeds. It shouldn't take too long because it has been soaking in water for a little while. So I'm just going to get all of it that I can. I saved some from the last pumpkin that I did, which was quite a few. I don't know exactly how many, but I actually have to package them up today. I think if they're done, I don't know. I had them on the porch drying. So I did these pumpkins about, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. Today's Friday, so it's been a couple days. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember. But here they are. They're looking good. They honestly still feel a little bit wet. So, and these are, you can see how big these are. If you know, these are not your average pumpkin seed size, but they make really big plants. Like these plants probably get about 20 or 30 foot long in the garden, so you want to make sure to plant them with a little bit of space between your other things if you're thinking about planting these. But they really do give off really big pumpkins, and they taste great in pumpkin pie and pumpkin bread. Hopefully we can use these again for our pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving this year, so that's kind of exciting. Here I see one that's split. This one kind of split, so. But you want to check them every other day for mold, every couple days, just for mold. And kind of play hot potato with them, kind of flip them around and just make sure they are, you know, not getting moldy and getting good airflow on all of the pumpkin seeds. Here is the leftovers of this pumpkin. This pumpkin is not very big, so this is really all the insides we got actually, which is kind of surprising because, you know, wasn't a big pumpkin. We have a couple chickens here who escaped from their pen, so I'm gonna go ahead, feed them some, and sorry. Chickens are scared of it, but they will eat it. It's also good if you have goats. Pumpkin seed is good for a lot of things. It's good for humans. It's good for goats. If you have goats, then it's a really good option to feed them some. Dogs can also eat it actually. Our dog, I don't think he'd like it. I don't know. Let's see if the dog Charlie will eat it. There's no way he's eating that. Here, don't. Okay. I don't think he likes it very much. I've heard of a lot of dogs. Some dogs do like pumpkin, which is good, but ours don't. The chickens absolutely love it. You can see. So I think it's been about 2.5 or 3 hours, and the pumpkins are out of the oven. They're still extremely hot right now. I just did them on 350 for about 3 hours. It took a while, but as I said, the thicker the pumpkin, the longer it'll take. So we're gonna flip them over, see how they all look. Now the brown on here, that's really just water that leaked out of the pumpkin, and then it started cooking and not really burning it because it peels off really easily. So all I'm going to do is just cut that off, and then when it gets cooler, and then that'll be fine. And then this one. So this is the pumpkin puree I did last time I did these. I think it was, I don't know, it was like just last week, I think. I don't know, remember the exact date, but I did it last week. This is I might use this for the Thanksgiving pumpkin pie. I don't know. I guess I better decide quick because today's Tuesday. Thanksgiving's on Thursday, so I better figure out quickly. This is what I did today. This is 1 cup servings in each each bag. And then this is about 2.5 cups. So pretty large, and it's a lot, but it will work. I got pumpkin on my hand. There we go. So looks pretty good. And this one's a little lighter than this. I don't know why, but who knows? All pumpkin kind of looks different because some's lighter, some darker. A lot depends on the water that the plant gets actually. If it like gets a lot of water, it might be light like this, but if it don't have very much water, it might be dark orange like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me processing this pumpkin. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this at all. I hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.